fighter jet conducted an unnecessarily aggressive maneuver during an intercept of a U.S. spy plane in international airspace over the South China Sea last week, the U.S. military said in a statement Tuesday. The Chinese J-16 fighter cut directly in front of the nose of the U.S. RC-135 Rivet Joint Reconnaissance aircraft on May 26, forcing the U.S. plane to fly through the wake turbulence of the intercepting aircraft. In video of the incident released by the U.S. military, the turbulence is evident as it disturbs the U.S. aircraft along its flight path. The RC-135 was conducting safe and routine operations in international airspace, U.S. Indo-Pacific Command said. The United States will continue to fly, sail, and operate safely and responsibly wherever international law allows, and the U.S. Indo-Pacific Joint Force will continue to fly in international airspace with due regard for the safety of all vessels and aircraft under international law, said the statement from Indopacom. China's military said on Wednesday that a U.S. spy plane deliberately intruded into China's training area. The comments came in response to U.S. assertion of aggressive behavior. China's foreign ministry rejected that assertion and accused the U.S. of posing a serious danger to China by frequently deploying aircraft and vessels for reconnaissance on China. The U.S.'s provocative and dangerous moves are the root cause of maritime security issues. China urges the U.S. to stop such dangerous provocations, spokesperson Mao Ning said during a regular briefing in Beijing. The intercept comes amid strained relations between the two countries following former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's trip to the self-governing island of Taiwan last August and the U.S. decision to shoot down a Chinese spy balloon that transited over sensitive U.S. military sites in February. CNN has reported that the U.S. is looking to arrange high-profile visits to China by senior officials to re-engage with Beijing on substantive issues, but on Monday the Pentagon said China had rejected a proposal for Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin to meet with his Chinese counterpart Li Shangfu at the Shangri-La Dialogue Security Forum in Singapore this week. A defense official told CNN Monday that China declining the U.S. offer to meet is far from the first time that the PRC has rejected invitations to communicate from Defense Department officials. Frankly, it's just the latest in a litany of excuses. Since 2021, the PRC has declined or failed to respond to over a dozen requests from the Department of Defense for key leader engagements, multiple requests for standing dialogues, and nearly 10 working-level engagements, the official said. China's defense ministry on Wednesday pushed back on such characterizations, saying the country attaches importance to developing U.S.-China military relations and there had been no interruption in contact, while also blaming Washington for hampering communication. Another senior U.S. defense official said Tuesday that China's interception of the plane was being addressed through appropriate, established diplomatic and military channels. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said Wednesday that the incident underscores the need for regular, open lines of communication between the U.S. and China, including between our defense ministers. The most dangerous thing is not to communicate and as a result, to have a misunderstanding, a miscommunication, Blinken said at a press availability in Sweden, noting that while the relationship between Washington and Beijing was competitive, the U.S. did not want to see it veer into conflict. He noted that it was regrettable that the meeting that Secretary Austin sought did not go forward with his Chinese counterpart. Blinken said that the U.S. plane was flying in international airspace on a routine mission and the Chinese pilot took dangerous action in approaching the plane very, very closely. There have been a series of these actions directed not just at us but at other countries in recent months, the top U.S. diplomat added. The intercept was similar to another encounter between U.S. and Chinese military aircraft in late December. A Chinese Navy J-11 fighter jet intercepted another RC-135 Rivet Joint over the South China Sea in what the U.S. called an unsafe maneuver. The Chinese fighter came within 20 feet of the nose of the U.S. spy plane, forcing the larger, heavier U.S. aircraft to take evasive maneuvers, U.S. Indo-Pacific Command said at the time. Video of the incident from Indopacom showed the J-11 flying off the nose of the RC-135. The J-11 appeared to be shifting closer to the U.S. jet before the two aircraft moved apart.